I'm so sorry about my brother. We caused you so much trouble.
She's so cute.
Oh, what? Do you not know? This girl is a total loser who can't even cook or do laundry properly. Haha.
Why was the belief that men work and women protect the home so common in the past? Because back then, a lot of jobs like farming required physical strength, and at home, childcare like breastfeeding could only be done by women. In other words, it was just more efficient to divide the roles between men and women. But nowadays, that's not really necessary. That's why I think judging someone's aptitude purely based on their gender is complete nonsense.
You guys are so sloppy. Who do you think is always taking care of you?
Well, today you're the one being taken care of. Keep it down, you're being too loud. There's no way looking after this drunkard is a job you can just dump on a woman. With that in mind, I, 25-year-old Haruya Kishi, reluctantly offered to look after my coworker, Kazuhiko Endo, after our drinking party. Not only is he great at his job, but he loves taking care of others and cooking. If you ever have trouble with chores, asking him usually solves it. For some reason, he looks better in an apron than anyone else in our starting class, male or female. People have even started treating him like the group's mom. So it was really rare to see him dead drunk like this, considering he's usually the one stuffing drunkards into taxis. I guess we went to a different place today, and the drinks went down a little too easily. After finally arriving at his apartment, we got out of the taxi, and I rang the intercom by the door. Excuse me, I was told this is Kazuhiko's place. He mentioned he lives with his older sister. That was a huge noise. Is everything okay in there?
I'm so sorry about my brother. We caused you so much trouble.
I was worried for a second, but the moment she rushed out, all my thoughts completely vanished. She must be Kazuhiko's older sister. I could instantly feel her kindness and sincerity from her words. And perhaps because she was in such a rush, she was in full loungewear. Her pure, simple cuteness pierced right through my heart at first sight. She's so cute.
Kazuhiko, stand up by yourself. Say thank you. Jeez, I'm really sorry about this. How much was the taxi fare?
Oh no, it's fine. I'll just have Kazuhiko pay me back next time.
But...
There's no way I can make such a sweet sister pay for this. Please give my regards to Kazuhiko.
Then, at the very least, please let me thank you properly another time. Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it. See you. I bid farewell to her, who kept bowing and thanking me so politely until the very end. And like a prince from a foreign land, I gallantly rode off on my white horse. I think I'm in love with her. Or at least I try to act cool. My heart was pounding so hard from the impact, and I couldn't stop sweating from the lingering tension. Did I act normal enough? I didn't say anything weird, right? You never told me you had such a cute sister, Kazuhiko. That day, I fell head over heels in love, like I had been pushed off a cliff. And at the same time, I made up my mind. I was gonna get closer to her, no matter what it took. Hello, it's Haruya. A month later, on a weekend, I was visiting Kazuhiko's place. Ever since I was invited over as thanks for helping him when he was drunk, I've been visiting his place pretty often on weekends.
Haruya, perfect timing. Help me. Whoa!
But today, it seems like some kind of incident is happening. I hurried inside as he called out, only to find a shocking scene unfolding in the living room.
I'm not trash.
Is Kazuhiko finally being thrown out as trash?
Hey, Haruya, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
The vacuum cleaner is going crazy! So stop it!
Minae, the power button! Turn off the power! I unplugged the vacuum for the panicking Minae. It seems Kazuhiko hadn't been certified as trash just yet.
I'm so sorry. I should have finished cleaning before you got here.
After that whole ordeal, she thanked me profusely right as I arrived. I decided to offer to help Minae with the chores since I was already there. At first glance, Minae is quiet, sweet, and above all, incredibly cute. But it turns out she's a total disaster at chores, especially when it comes to home appliances, and she's been struggling every day to overcome it. Isn't that just adorable? A wife who's terrible at chores. What an amazing trait. I've said it before, but you really don't have to worry about me so much. More importantly, I've been coming over a lot lately. I hope I'm not being a burden.
Not at all. Work has calmed down a bit lately, and I'm usually off on weekends anyway. If anything, you're always helping us. I feel bad that I keep causing trouble for my brother's coworker.
Please don't worry about it. I actually enjoy doing chores together like this, so just think of me as a helping hand.
Exactly. Haruya said it himself, so don't sweat it, sis. He's only coming here because he wants to anyway, right?
Kazuhiko, who was almost sucked up by the vacuum earlier, was efficiently preparing our lunch. Seeing him act like nothing happened really drove home just how used to his sister's lack of domestic skill he is. Damn it, I'm so jealous of his everyday life.
Huh? What are you talking about?
By the way, Minae, this coming weekend.
Looks like the pizza's here. I'll be right back.
Just as I finally gathered the courage to make a move, as if some cruel twist of fate, the pizza arrived. Curse you, pizza!
I'm back! Sorry to leave everything to you guys. By the way, were you saying something earlier?
Oh no, it was nothing important. Actually, Minae, if you're free next time, would you want to go somewhere? Just the two...
Wait! Is that the washing machine? Oh no!
Damn it, every time I try to make a move, these home appliances always get in my way. Why is your omurice so perfectly shaped, Kazuhiko? And it's so good too. While all that was happening, it seemed lunch was ready. After fixing the washing machine, we eagerly dug into the food Kazuhiko had set out.
You're so good at this! You really hogged all the domestic skills in the family.
And you have everything I wish I had, sis. Here, eat up.
I said my thanks and took a bite. I was pretty hungry, so his omurice and the delivery pizza practically melted in my mouth. But in that split second when I took a bite of the omurice, I didn't miss how Minae subtly hung her head. Minae, are you still feeling down about the chores? With one being a disaster area, and the other serving up food like this, telling her not to worry is probably impossible. It seems I hit the nail on the head as she gave a wry smile and nodded slightly.
Well, I ended up having to rely on delivery after all. It just makes me feel a bit embarrassed.
It's fine. Haruya isn't the type to care about stuff like that.
Exactly, the pizza and the fries are delicious, so I'm totally happy with this. Besides, I think it's enough to just be able to do the bare minimum to survive. I live alone too, so cutting corners on chores is an everyday thing for me. Like, since I live alone, I make a lot of lazy meals to save time. Like just putting grilled wieners on rice, or crushing up umaibo and using it as rice seasoning.
Dude.
Hey, don't look at me like that, Kazuhiko. Not everyone has your magical ability to whip up a gourmet meal from limited ingredients.
You're giving me too much credit. I just manage my fridge properly and plan my groceries.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh.
A laugh suddenly slipped out of her. I looked over and saw Minae shaking with amusement, showing the brightest smile I had seen since we met. No, please laugh. Even I think my meals are pretty unhinged. I think it's amazing how you're trying to face the things you're bad at, Minae. So, maybe it's weird to say, but please don't be too hard on yourself. These days, I don't think chores are strictly a woman's job. If you're not good at it, there are plenty of ways to make it easier now.
You're coming over today too, right?
Huh? A few days have passed since that weekend, where Minae and I seemed to open up to each other more than ever. We were both out on sales calls that afternoon, so we stopped by a diner together. Kazuhiko brought it up out of nowhere as if it was obvious.
What? Am I wrong?
No, it's not that. I just thought maybe I was going over there a bit too much.
Why are you holding back now of all times? It's not like you. My sister is dense, so she hasn't noticed a thing, but I'm different.
You noticed?
It'll be weird if I didn't. You've been so obvious ever since the day you brought me home.
Kazuhiko, you want to go drinking today too?
Huh? Today too? Hold on, I'm getting a bit too old to be drinking heavily every day.
I'll take care of you, and I promise to bring you home safely. Come on, please?
Ugh, you're too intense.
Just for the record, some of her coworkers heard that exchange, which led to a massive misunderstanding. You really are a good guy. But is it really okay for me to get close to Minae? I'm the kind of guy who uses crushed snacks as rice seasoning, you know? If you're sinking to that level, just call me, Kazuhiko sighed. But then he gave a gentle smile and lowered his eyes.
I'm grateful to you too. Thanks to your ability to turn anything into a positive, my sister has finally started to relax.
I had always felt a sort of obsession in Minae's determination to overcome her lack of domestic skills. Even I, who simply thought she was cute and hardworking, couldn't help but wonder if there was a deeper reason for it.
The truth is, my sister got dumped by her boyfriend 3 years ago because she's bad at chores. She took it really hard.
Huh? What the heck? That's exactly the kind of thing that tickles a man's heart. That guy knows absolutely nothing.
Haha, just listen. It's not like my sister wants to get back together with him. I think it's more like a trauma for her. She felt like she was told she had a fatal flaw as a woman. Even when I told her that's not true, the wound is too deep to fix so easily. That's why when she asked me to teach her how to do chores, I couldn't leave her alone. I moved in with her and have been teaching her ever since. But because she wanted to get it right so badly, she tensed up and fell over and over again. She experienced so many failures that instead of improving, it felt like I was rubbing salt in her wounds. I was struggling with it alongside her. But then you came along, fell in love with her, and laughed it off, saying it didn't matter if she couldn't do it. I could see the tension leaving her body more and more. I thought, wow, leave it to Haruya. It was too late for me to just tell her it's okay if you can't do it, so seriously, thank you. Even if they aren't extreme as your ex, I think there are still guys out there who expect a woman to have domestic skills. So a guy like you, who embraces her lack of skills as part of her charm, is really precious. It's been a long time since I saw my sister having fun while doing chores, which had just become a painful chore for her. I was genuinely happy. So don't hold back. Keep coming over to our place.
Realizing that Kazuhiko was just a little brother who cared so much about his sister that he moved in to help her, You're such a good guy! I'm so sorry for mistaking you for trash the other day.
Hey, your face is a mess right now. And for the record, I'm still holding a grudge about that, you hear me?
The tears and snot wouldn't stop. I knew Kazuhiko was a nice guy, but seeing how deeply he cared for his sister, how could I not cry? If you knew the reason why she was so desperate to learn, of course you couldn't just tell her it's okay if you can't do it. You guys were trying so hard, and I just said some childish crap like you're cute, so it's fine if you can't.
You're exaggerating. Haha, but really, that's exactly what saved us. Me and my sister too. I really like that about you.
I like Minae, so I'm sorry.
That's not what I meant. Why does it feel like I just got dumped? Come on, stop crying. You literally look like a snot-nosed kid right now. Here, blow your nose.
Your mom energy is way too high. The misunderstanding we had finally cleared up was quickly spread all over again by the coworkers having lunch in the same diner.
Thanks for finding such a nice place. A cafe hidden behind a building is so stylish. And more importantly, it was delicious.
You definitely wouldn't notice it just walking by. Let's go again if we get the chance. 3 months after I started visiting their place, right around the time Minae started speaking to me more casually. After slipping past the relentless interference of the home appliances, I finally succeeded in asking her out on a long-awaited date. However...
Oh? Is that Minae? It is Minae, right?
Minae, who had just been smiling, instantly froze. My heart went cold as well.
I knew it was you. On a date with a new guy in a place like this?
A man stood there with a sickening smirk on his face. I didn't even need to ask. I knew right away that this was the ex-boyfriend Kazuhiko told me about, the one who left a deep scar on Minae's heart, Kansuke Kotei.
Hey, Minae. Just so you know, this time I found a girl who can actually do chores properly. Unlike a defective product like you.
Hey, who do you think you are, just coming up and talking to us out of nowhere? That's incredibly rude.
Oh, what? Do you not know? This girl's a total loser who can't even cook or do laundry properly. Haha.
And so what? It's none of your business since you have nothing to do with her anymore.
Huh? What's your problem? I was just trying to do you a favor and warn you.
I'm saying it's none of your business. I'm looking at Minai with my own eyes. And you sound as if that's the only standard that matters. If that's the case, I'll tell you about my standards too. Did you know? Girls who are completely disastrous at cooking and chores are a common trope for anime heroines. Which means they're unbelievably cute. On top of that, she's earnest and trying her best to overcome it, which makes her even cuter. And yet, to decide she has no value just because she can't do chores. No matter how you look at it, you're the one who's totally blind.
What's with you? Can't tell the difference between anime and reality? Don't get so mad just because I hit you with facts. Men work and provide for the family, and women do chores and support their husbands. That's the gender role that's been set since ancient times. To not even be able to fulfill a basic expected role like that makes her a complete failure of a woman. A total outlier like her shouldn't get cocky just because she's got a little praise at work.
Kansuke continued to sneer, completely unfazed.
An outlier, huh?
What's up all of a sudden?
Minai, who had been looking down until just a moment ago, looked straight back at Kansuke. Her eyes were no longer filled with fear, but a dignified resolve.
When you sneered at me and broke up with me, I was so overwhelmed that I couldn't judge the situation calmly. But because Haruya got angry on my behalf, I was able to listen to your words calmly, and I finally realized it. The reason you mocked my lack of domestic skills was because hearing about my promotion threatened your own self-worth, right?
The truth is, Minai works in the corporate planning department at a major company's headquarters, and is even a candidate for section chief. She originally worked at a small branch, but about 2 months after she started dating Kansuke, she was unexpectedly transferred to the headquarters corporate planning department. For Kansuke, who worked at a mid-sized company and thought Minai was just working a modest job, her remarkable promotion was a complete shock.
Men are supposed to earn more than women. If not, a man has no standing. Thinking that, you felt inferior when I got promoted, but initiating a breakup yourself felt like running away and you hated that. So when you found out I was bad at chores, you jumped at the chance, mocked me, and dumped me, acting as if you were the one holding all the cards. When in reality, you were just terrified of losing to a woman in terms of work and income.
You little...
Blood rushed to Kansuke's head, his face turning bright red. The moment he lost himself to anger and raised his fist, my body moved on reflex. A dull thud echoed. It wasn't the sound of Kansuke hitting Minai. It was the sound of me catching his fist at the last second.
Let go of me! I'm gonna teach this woman a lesson. Women are creatures meant to support and serve men. And yet she's getting all cocky. Talk about knowing her place.
Your actions are completely contradicting your words. If you're gonna preach about gender roles, you absolutely can't forget that a man's role is first and foremost to protect women. And yet you're showing off your physical strength and raising a hand against a woman. That's exactly the opposite of what someone preaching gender roles should do. You're just hiding behind gender roles as if it's common sense, solely because you want to conveniently control women. Now that the necessity of those roles has faded, defining people's duties based purely on gender is nonsense. But no matter what anyone says, I believe that protecting a woman is a duty a man should absolutely uphold. Ex-boyfriend or whatever, I will protect her. Don't ever mess with her again. We glared at each other for a moment, but he must have realized this was going nowhere. Eventually, looking frustrated, Kansuke turned on his heel and walked away.
Haruya, thank you so much for
You were so cool, Minai. You really gave it back to him. Ever since I learned she was chained down and suffering from her past, I watched over her, hoping I could do something to help. But I didn't even need to do anything. Minai was able to step out of her past on her own 2 feet.
It's because you were there with me. Thank you, Haruya.
I hurriedly apologized for accidentally grabbing her hands out of excitement, and we went back to enjoying our time together. Now, regarding that ex-boyfriend who was essentially defeated by us a few days later.
Who the hell is that guy? You're not cheating on me, are you?
Huh?
Of all things, he was picking a fight with a junior female colleague who was on her way back from a client meeting with Kazuhiko.
What's your problem coming out of nowhere?
I'm so sorry, Kazuhiko. This is my boyfriend, Kansuke. What kind of weird misunderstanding are you having? We're working right now, and he's my senior. I was recently reassigned from sales support to sales, so I was just accompanying him to a client.
That's right. There was no way she was cheating. She was just out on a business meeting with Kazuhiko. It turns out, the girlfriend Kansuke was bragging about, the one who was great at chores, actually works at the same company as Kazuhiko and me. However, upon hearing her explanation, Kansuke just snorted.
Do you think you can really fool me with that nonsense? There's no way a woman can handle a tough job like sales. All you can do is desk work, serving tea, and cleaning, right? That's why you were in sales support up until now. Saying you were transferred to sales is just an excuse to hide your cheating. Stop telling such obvious lies. Man, and I was even considering getting engaged to you.
There's absolutely no romantic relationship between us, and the reassignment is completely true. Besides, I think judging someone's aptitude purely based on their gender is completely uncalled for. For example, I produce good results at work, and I'm also heavily relied upon when it comes to chores. She has plenty of guts, is very personable, and seems incredibly well suited for sales. There are plenty of women who have an aptitude for sales just like her.
What was that? You talk pretty big for someone trying to lay a hand on another man's woman.
You again? Wasn't Minae enough? Why are you going after Kazuhiko too? Kazuhiko and Kansuke were glaring at each other, ready to blow at any second, but the standoff broke when I came running. Since they were walking back to the office, we were right near our company building. I was just clocking out when I saw Kazuhiko and his junior arguing with Kansuke, and I couldn't just ignore it.
Haruya, you know this guy?
I explained that Kansuke was Minae's ex-boyfriend. Instantly, Kazuhiko's expression morphed into pure rage.
Ah, I see. So it was you. You're the one from cornering my sister like that.
Huh? Wait, are you Minae's?
Don't say her name so casually. How do you think she felt practicing chores all this time after you dumped her? Clench your teeth. I'm gonna turn you into oversized trash and toss you into a disposal facility right now.
Hey, stop him! He's your senior, isn't he?
No.
Huh? So you are cheating?
How long are you going to keep whining about that? Hearing that just made me realize. The only reason you were nice to me was because I could do chores and worked in a clerical role. I was just your ideal woman. Saying women can't do sales. What era are you living in? I want to work even harder from now on, and I fully intend on landing tons of contracts in sales. Most importantly, I can't be with someone who corners a woman and then justifies it as it's perfectly natural. Goodbye. Don't ever show your face to me again.
Now having lost the girlfriend he bragged about, the isolated and helpless Kansuke showed a face of pure despair. Deciding that any further retaliation was unnecessary, we left him there and went back to our own business. Now, for a little aftermath. As for Kansuke, who had been considering marrying her and had no other prospects at 30 years old, there was no way he could conveniently find the sweet-natured woman he so desperately wanted. Panicking, Kansuke rushed into matchmaking and hastily chose a woman who could do chores, just desperate to get married. However, that woman held even more intense gender norms than Kansuke did.
Why is this happening to me?
His strong-willed stay-at-home wife constantly demands that he bring in more money, leaving Kansuke exhausted as he desperately works overtime every single day. Meanwhile, his ex-girlfriend has been striving in sales every day, and Kazuhiko and I have been supporting her as seniors. At the same time, Minae and I deepened our relationship day by day, and we eventually moved in together, the reason being... I like you, Minae. Honestly, I fell in love with you the night we first met, and the more I get to know you, the more I like you.
I liked you too, Haruya. So I would love to.
On the very day I first met Kansuke, I rode the momentum and confessed to Minae, and we started dating. Of course, Kazuhiko was thrilled that we got together, and everything progressed surprisingly smoothly to get us where we are now. Minae, or rather Minae and I, still struggle with home appliances, but when we're tired, we just choose the easiest ways to cut corners. It was our rule for chores to lighten each other's burden, but it brought about an unexpected result.
So good. To think my sister's hamburger steak could taste this amazing.
Maybe the sense of obligation was pressuring her, because the moment we decided not to overdo it, Minaya's skills visibly improved.
It looks totally falling apart, though.
As long as it's delicious, it's fine. This is the result of all your hard work, Minae.
I've always wanted to live with someone I love, but I was equally terrified of moving in together.
One night, as we were spending a fulfilling time together, Minae quietly muttered,
So being able to live like this with the person I love, it feels like a dream. Thank you for falling in love with someone like me, Haruya.
Compared to the past, the necessity of gender roles has diminished. Women no longer do chores just because they're women, nor do men work just because they're men. That's exactly why when someone tries to accomplish something, it's not because society forces them to, but because it's their own free will. Not someone like you. I fell in love with you because you are Minae. I'm happy we're living together too, Minae. The reason I feel happy seeing Minae doing chores isn't because she's getting closer to the traditional ideal of a woman. It's because I can feel her genuine self-motivated desire to learn chores for the sake of her life together through all of her hard work.
Hello, Brittany here. I really liked this episode because, for me, giving up my job would be absolutely, utterly soul-destroying. I love my job, so I hope that my future partner, understands that and would not act like this dumb butt. Also, I'm not great at doing chores, just letting you know. But I really liked this episode because it's so true. We're in the future now. Let's be in the future, right? Right? Heck yeah!